Hey everybody, it's time for another Redneck review. This is Robert, the Red Prince, and today we are going over Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 3, with this front cover of the coolest mammal to ever pick up a firearm, Rocket Raccoon. Alright guys, well this one, as you know, has been written by Brian Michael Bendis, the guy who put the Avengers on the map as far as comics goes, and penciled by Steve McNiven and Sarah Piccioli. These guys have done some great jobs with the Avengers and Ultimate Spider-Man, and this comic has been just worth every penny for me. It's definitely worth $3.99. Alright, well anyway, last time in this one it starts off on planet Spartax. This is the world that Star-Lord is originally from. His father was the king of Spartax, and when he came to Earth, they were in the middle of a war with a race known as the Budan. But in this one, for this particular issue, the planet Spartax has issued Earth as a no-go zone for everyone in the galaxy. The Shi'ar decree, the Skrull, Asgard, and the Brood, the negative zone people, they are not allowed to go near it. It's going to be defended and respected. And it starts off on there in Spartax by talking to the king. The subject's telling him, "My king, I have clear word from the Royal Guard's Earth Planet Initiative. The Spartax Royal Guard was able to intercept the Guardians immediately after they intercepted the Budan terrorist attack. There was an attack on Earth after they decided it was a no-go zone by the Budan, and they just broke the treaty automatically." He asked, "Was my son among them?" "Yes, sir." "Is he alive?" They are all alive and in custody. They are headed here." "And the Budan terrorists?" "No, sir. My son and his band of pirates took out an entire fleet of Budan warships, all by themselves, sir. There is an Earthman among them, armored." "Armor, that is the Iron Man." "Yes, the actuality indicates he is one of the Avengers." "What is the Earth Avenger doing with them?" "I don't know, sir." "Hear my words. The Star-Lord is a prisoner of war now, and he gets no special privilege, no special treatment, and will stand for his crimes. I will have him brought here immediately. I said no special privileges, but the living prison planet is no place for an Earther. He won't last even a moon cycle. Thank you, Counselor." So you see, it's a very impressive I just want to leave that up a little bit. You get an idea of who the Spartax king is. And it's kind of a sad moment. Well, we find Tony Stark in here, who is basically joined the Guardians for a little while. So he has to leave in a couple issues after this, but "My name is Tony Stark. I have been abducted by an alien race known as the Spartax. They have come to Earth and abducted me along with Peter Quill and the other Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that their name for real? I don't know. I am terrified that the Earth is in grave danger." He's sending a distress signal back to Earth to let them know what's going on, what's happening. Right before the Spartax pull him out of his armor and throw him in a stasis pod. Now they managed to take control of the Guardians. They managed to imprison Tony Stark into like this pool of tranquilizer. Just breathes in his lungs and it puts him to sleep. They haven't harmed anybody, so no one's exactly been harmed. Because they don't have universal translators. How did they get on? I told you, they're like Glenn Evers, and these are just two guards talking, and Tony's trying to tell them, I can make you rich, I can do all this stuff, but they're just not listening. Well, they're being transferred to a prison planet, and they're towing their ship, and the guards are telling them, we must be addicted to reality. Just gather anything that looks like a weapon from any civilization. If you are not sure if it is a weapon or not, pick it up regardless. These are strict orders from the capital city. We do this by procedure." So they're basically, you see here, cleaning the ship, going through Gamora's stuff, Rocket stuff. I mean, they're not going to respect anything. And we see in this one picture this tree that they think it's a plant, going in here, growing, and I don't think that he tells them I don't think they could beat anyone with this stuff. And in the middle of all this, the Galactic Council meets one more time. He says, "You all disgust me." He tells him, "You want to know why no one trusts or respects you, Vudan? It's because you can't be trusted, and you certainly don't do anything worth respecting. How dare you, Spartanics?" This is the Galactic Council of basically the ruling parties in the galaxy, like a UN summit, but only for the galaxy. How are you? Because I'm not really here. This is a hologram. And this is why we do these meetings in holofolds, because this is what you are like. We agreed to include you in the royal conclave against every fiber of our being because we knew your kind would rather cower under the foot of Thanos than be respected part of the galaxy. But in the hopes of true galactic peace, we agreed to bring you in, and this is what you do. We told you one thing: do not touch the Earth. And what happens? You couldn't wait for even a cycle before you called order. I called no such order, he says. So we find out that this could have been a rogue operation by his people. Then you are a terrible leader, or leader to your people, because of the Vudan there is a brotherhood and there is a sisterhood. Basically, the sexes are divided. He says, I speak only for the brotherhood. He says, then you'd better get your home in order, or someone is going to take it from you. Jay's son, if the order was given that no one is to go near Earth, then what was your son, the Star-Lord, and those so-called guardians doing here? So, they've got the Council Gladiator, and everyone is asking, why was your son there? And the tables really get turned on Spartacus. He goes, acting like a petulant child, and for that Gladiator and his guardians are now our prisoners of war. You have them. We wanted to make an example of me, but I'm making an example of him, and that's how you rule the people. Maybe you need to this is the Supreme Intelligence time. Maybe we need to broker an exchange between the Brotherhood and the Sisterhood of the Vudan. If you would like to do that, Supreme Intelligence, go right ahead. I don't think it can be done. It will. I will take that as a promise. And the next time we meet, that promise will be kept. And he's just over here talking with everyone, and they're all feeling like, I feel that the Spartacus king thinks he has caught or better over us. So that he's making bad moves with the council. Well, anyway, we go back to the ship, the Spartacus warship that is taking him to the prison planet. He tells him, I feel like we're missing something. The ship has been stripped bare. Basically, we see this picture of all Gamora and Rocket's armaments and Drax's stuff. This was all of them. Yes, did they not travel with Calcleon? I don't recall. And yes, and a dog that spoke. A dog. What is a dog? They're trying to figure out what a dog is, and all of a sudden there's this great boom in the side. Remember that plant I showed you? Well, guess who it was? I am Groot! And he's a Gigantor. He's the only guy on their team that could possibly go up against the Hulk or somebody like that. I mean, this is just an awesome picture, and it makes you feel awesome to read this. And Groot, apparently, he can't speak English, but he can operate technology in English. He goes, life support. The computer goes, life support in 5. Termination in 5. He goes, I am Groot. And the water comes out, and he manages to free the Star-Lord and the rest of the Guardians. And they're all grabbing their weapons and grabbing their stuff. He goes, I am displeased that the Spartacus were able to take us so easily. Then Rocket goes, they must have a new kind of neuroblaster. I don't even remember taking the hit. I do, Gamora says. I need Spartacus blood in return. So she's mad. The most dangerous woman in the galaxy is ready to just kick some butt. And they get their guns back and everything. At least, Rocket goes, at least they were kind enough to bring all of our weapons up here. So they were dumb enough to put the weapons right next to the prisoners. I just don't get that in the writing. That's a fun little thing for this comic, and it works out great as a convenience thing for you to write, but I don't think someone would be stupid enough to have the weapons and the prisoners held in the same room, even if they were asleep. He goes, how long do we think we have before they rush in here? Did any of you properly thank Groot for saving your lives? Star-Lord says, I'm Groot. Yeah, well, I've screwed them, bro. He goes, sorry. Iron Man goes, well, I'm screwed. My armor's incredible. You all have these weapons or whatnot. What am I supposed to do? Did they break your man parts too? He says, here's my gun. So we have Rocket Raccoon asking Tony Stark right here, hey, are you still a man? Grab a gun and let's go. I don't particularly like that for Iron Man, but man, it's making me like Rocket Raccoon a lot more. He goes, but it's so, and Tony goes, it's so snippy, and I have my armor all on the side. He's like, Groot's like, just grab the gun. So we get to our ship, and they say, what? No, these are the Spartax Royal Elite Forces on Spartax Battleship. Oh no, yeah. I was thinking we take it from them. He said. So Star-Lord is ready to go in and fight his daddy's soldiers. He says, we need a battle cry. Do we? No, we don't. They all say. I'll workshop something. You do that, he tells them. And we see them all running and picking up guns. And they say surrender, and these soldiers have no idea what they're doing. This is the Space Team Avengers. They are. Look at this awesome art. Just take a look. Take a look at all this stuff. There's firefight in the halls, blasting. Gamora and Rocket are just blammo, blams, murders, kablooey. They are just taking it to them. Well, they manage to get to the bridge, and surprise, surprise, they take over the ship. But Star-Lord tells him, no alien ship in the area. Are you sure? Nothing of any other broadcast signals. Hey, he goes, hey, Rocket, do that thing where every ship in the Sparks fleet can get the signal, whether they like it or not. Oh, he goes, oh, I can do that. Love it. So, Star-Lord starts broadcasting. He goes, hello, good morning, everyone. This is your Prince Star-Lord, broadcasting live from a Spartax warship that I just took by sheer force. You see, your king, my father, tried to arrest me and my friends for stopping a hostile and unprovoked invasion of Earth by an enemy species. You really do have to ask yourselves why your king and my father would think it necessary to arrest someone for protecting people who can't defend themselves. And he is just going in this public display of how his father has no way to no way to stop him. He's telling him how bad his father is as a leader, and why are they following someone who's doing this? Ask yourself if he's willing to arrest me, his own flesh and blood, for doing the right thing. What exactly would he do to you grunts if you did anything to stand against his way? So chew on that puppy, my fellow Spartax warriors. Think about that when you take your next order. Think about the man who's getting them. Think about what's in it for you, if anything. And we sort of leave it at that in this one. If you if you saw my earlier review on Guardians of the Galaxy #4, you'll realize that they've been declared enemies of the galaxy, basically. But they're still the Guardians, and they're gonna keep in there and take it. All right, guys. Well, for this particular Redneck review, I'm going to give the story a 450 because it was a good story. It's part of an arc that they're doing now. They're doing everything in arcs. It is very close to being a perfect comic with me. It's part of a thing, and I have to buy a story for $3.99 when I could just buy the trade paperback. But as a story on its own, I'm going to give it a 450 because it had a couple advertisements in there, and it took away from the story and the art. So both of them are going to be a 4.5 for the art and the story. I love the colors. I love how everything was just a little darker. It was just a little bit darker in this one, and they're really trying to make these Guardians, even though there's a movie coming out, the #2 team now. I like that these other characters are getting a spot. Well, anyway, guys, that's your Redneck review from Robert the Red Prince, and we will talk at you later. Be sure if you like this video to leave some comments on the side. And I wanted to say thank you to the 2 people who subscribed to me. I am just overjoyed. I hope that this will be a lot more. Maybe that's not the right thing to say on here, but I don't care. I'm really happy with myself. So thank you all, and God bless.